Welcome back, deep divers. Today, we are going way back.
Oh, how far back are we talking?
Back to the Late Cretaceous period. That's about 70 to 75 million years ago.
Wow. Okay, so dinosaurs.
Exactly. Dinosaurs. A world way before humans.
I like it.
And get this. You ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
Colorado was a swamp.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
So picture this. There was this massive inland sea called the Western Interior Seaway, and it covered a huge chunk of North America,
Okay, that makes sense.
including Colorado.
So Colorado was basically underwater.
Basically, yeah. It was a total different world back then.
It's amazing how much Earth has changed over millions of years, right? Like, the landscapes we know today were completely different back then.
Totally. And speaking of different, today's deep dive is all about a brand new fossil discovery in Colorado.
Ooh, a new discovery.
And it's a mammal.
A mammal. During
Ah.
the time of dinosaurs, I thought they were all just like tiny little shrew-like things scurrying around the dinosaurs' feet.
Right. That's what I always thought.
Yeah, weren't they all just like hiding in the shadows
Yeah,
while the T-Rex was stomping around?
exactly. But it turns out not all mammals were playing it small while the dinosaurs were around.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
So set the scene for us.
Yeah.
Where was this fossil found?
Well, it was discovered near Rangeley, Colorado.
Rangeley, Colorado. Okay, so we're talking prime fossil territory.
Oh, absolutely. And get this, it's not too far from Dinosaur National Monument.
Whoa, for real.
Yep,
So this mammal was basically living in the neighborhood.
pretty much.
Wow. Okay, so we've got dinosaurs, we've got Colorado as a swamp. Now tell me about this mammal.
All right, so the fossil was found in a location that tells us this mammal was living in a swampy environment.
So think dense forests, rivers, lots of water.
Exactly. Think like Louisiana today.
Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Colorado, but swap the mountains for marshes. That's wild. Anyway, what's the name of this mammal?
Okay, are you ready for this? It's called Heleocola piceanus.
Heleocola piceanus. Wow, that's a mouthful. Can you break that down for us?
Sure. So Heleocola actually means swamp dweller in Latin.
Swamp dweller. That is so appropriate.
Right. It's based on the partial jawbone and 3 molar teeth they found. That's how they usually identify these ancient creatures.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And hold on, this is where it gets really interesting. I was reading that H. piceanus was about the size of a muskrat.
Yep.
Now, that might not sound huge to us today,
Right.
but back in the late Cretaceous, when most mammals were the size of mice.
Exactly. It was huge compared to its mammal relatives.
So we're talking, like,
Yeah.
how big are we talking?
We're talking 2 pounds or more.
2 pounds. Seriously.
Yeah. While most of its mammal relatives were probably just a few ounces, it was a giant, well, compared to them at least. Obviously, still tiny compared to the dinosaurs roaming around.
Wait, 2 pounds? That changes everything. I always pictured mammals back then as these tiny, timid little creatures. This is like throwing a wrench into my whole understanding of that era.
And that's what makes this discovery so important, right? It challenges our preconceived notions. It forces us to rethink what we thought we knew about mammals during the Age of Dinosaurs.
Mind-blowing. Okay, so while Tyrannosaurs and Triceratops ancestors were stomping around, H. piceanus was living its best swamp life.
Living its best life.
What else can you tell us about this environment, this swampy world? The article mentioned it was pretty diverse, right?
Oh, absolutely. It wasn't just dinosaurs. The Western Interior Seaway was teeming with life.
Okay, like what? Give us the details.
Right, so picture this. Sharks.
Sharks in Colorado.
Yep. Rays, even ancient relatives of guitarfish.
Guitarfish, what, like swimming around Colorado?
I know. It's wild to think about, right?
That's crazy.
And on land, alongside the dinosaurs, you'd find turtles.
Okay, turtles, I can see that.
Crocodiles.
Oh, crocodiles, like the ones we have today.
Well, not exactly the same, but they're ancient relatives.
Yeah.
And they were huge.
How huge are we talking?
Some species, like Deinosuchus, could grow over 30 feet long.
30 feet. That's like longer than a school bus. It's hard to imagine that being in the same place where I go hiking today.
Right. It was a completely different world.
Totally different. So we've got sharks, giant crocodiles, dinosaurs, and our little H. piceanus was right in the mix of it all. What were they eating amongst all these giants?
Well, based on its teeth, we believe H. piceanus was mainly a herbivore.
So munching on plants.
Yep.
But who knows, maybe it supplemented its diet with some, like, insects or other small animals it could find in the swamp.
Maybe. It's hard to say for sure.
It's incredible to think about how this one little fossil, opens up a whole window into this lost world.
I know, right? It's like a time machine.
And it's even more mind-blowing that it's challenging what we thought we knew about mammals during this time.
Yeah, it really flips the script.
So what are the bigger implications here? What does this discovery mean for our understanding of mammal evolution?
Well, it makes you wonder. If H. piceanus could thrive in a world dominated by dinosaurs, what else don't we know?
Yeah. What other assumptions about prehistoric life might we need to reconsider?
Exactly. And that's what we're going to explore in part 2 of this deep dive.
I can't wait to dive deeper. We'll be right back after a quick break. So we're back and ready to dive deeper into this H. piceanus discovery.
Ready to get swampy.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in this image of dinosaurs ruling the world.
Right, the classic image.
But this discovery with H. piceanus, it kind of flips the script, right?
It really does. It makes you wonder what else was happening during that time.
Exactly. We're not just talking about a slightly bigger mouse here. This is a pretty significant size difference.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What could have driven these mammals to get bigger during a time when dinosaurs were so dominant?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. One theory is that maybe some mammals were, taking advantage of these ecological niches that the dinosaurs weren't filling.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Maybe certain types of plants were more accessible to, smaller herbivores. So that could have given mammals like H. piceanus a leg up.
So instead of competing head-on with the dinosaurs, they found their own way to thrive.
Exactly.
It's like they were playing a different game entirely.
Exactly.
And I guess the Late Cretaceous, it wasn't just like a static period.
No, definitely not.
The environment was changing.
Right.
Sea levels were going up and down.
Absolutely.
And maybe those changes created opportunities for mammals to, evolve and diversify.
For sure. Those shifts create a lot of opportunities for new things, new species.
It makes you wonder, were these larger mammals part of a trend? You mentioned Didelphodon earlier, that other mammal from the Late Cretaceous that was even bigger.
Oh, yeah. Didelphodon? Now, that was a big one. Could have weighed up to 11 pounds.
11 pounds, yeah.
About the size of a Virginia opossum.
Okay, that's, bigger than my cat.
Yeah, it was pretty substantial for a mammal back then. And based on its teeth, its skull structure, scientists believe it might have been an omnivore.
So eating a bit of everything.
Yeah, maybe even a scavenger.
Yeah.
Feeding on whatever it could find, including carrion.
So it was really taking advantage of those opportunities you talked about.
Seems like it.
It's amazing to think that these larger mammals were out there coexisting with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Did they face any specific challenges because of their size?
That's a good question. Well, for one thing, being bigger meant they needed more food, obviously.
More resources.
Exactly. And they would have been more visible to predators.
Oh, that's a good point. So it's kind of a trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. Larger size might have offered some advantages, but it also came with risks.
Like everything in life, right?
It always is.
We're still, piecing together this puzzle of mammalian evolution during this time.
Oh, yeah, we are. Every new fossil discovery can, change the whole picture.
Which is why this discovery is so exciting.
Absolutely.
It's like we're getting a glimpse into a world we're only just beginning to understand. It makes you wonder what else is out there, just waiting to be unearthed.
That's the beauty of paleontology, right?
Mhm.
Always something new to discover, always something to challenge what we thought we knew.
It's like we're realizing that the story of the dinosaurs is just one chapter in this much larger story of life on Earth.
Exactly. And mammals, even though they were often overshadowed by those giants,
They were playing a crucial role.
absolutely crucial. And that story continues today.
Wow, yeah. From those small shrew-like creatures to the incredible diversity we see today. It's crazy.
It really is. The evolution of mammals is a testament to, the power of adaptation.
And survival.
Yeah, for sure. Survival of the fittest. So how do you think this discovery with H. piceanus, how does it fit into this bigger picture of mammalian evolution?
I think it challenges this traditional view that mammals remain small and insignificant throughout the age of dinosaurs. It suggests that they were already experimenting with different sizes, different lifestyles.
Right, kind of paving the way for their eventual dominance after the dinosaurs went extinct.
So it's not just about H. piceanus itself, but about what it represents. This shift in our understanding of how mammals evolved and diversified.
Exactly. It suggests that the rise of mammals, it wasn't this sudden event that just happened after the dinosaurs disappeared. It was this gradual process that was already underway millions of years earlier.
It's like we're seeing the roots of our own evolutionary history in this little swamp dweller from Colorado. And it makes you realize that even seemingly insignificant creatures can play a significant role in the grand scheme of things.
I love that. It's so true. And it reminds us that the world we live in today, it's the result of billions of years of evolution.
This continuous process of adaptation and change.
Exactly.
So this discovery is not just about the past. It's about the present and the future. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all life on Earth.
And recognizing that our own story is deeply intertwined with the stories of all those creatures that came before us.
It's humbling, isn't it?
It really is.
And exciting.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because who knows what other surprises are hidden in the fossil record, just waiting to be unearthed.
That's what I love about paleontology. It's like this never-ending detective story.
It really is. And each new discovery, it can change the whole narrative.
And speaking of changing narratives, let's wrap things up with a thought-provoking question for our listeners. Something for them to ponder as we finish this deep dive. If a mammal the size of a muskrat could thrive in a world dominated by dinosaurs, what other assumptions about prehistoric life might we need to reconsider?
I mean, that really gets you thinking.
Right?
What other incredible creatures are hidden in the fossil record?
Just waiting to challenge our understanding of the past?
Exactly. What other pieces of the puzzle are we missing?
It's so exciting to think about all the possibilities. It's like we're only just scratching the surface of what we know about prehistoric life.
And each new discovery, like you said, brings us one step closer.
Understanding that complex web of life.
That has existed on our planet for millions and millions of years.
This whole deep dive has seriously changed my perspective.
Oh, yeah.
I used to think of the Age of Dinosaurs as this very separate time,
I get that.
almost alien.
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing it as part of this continuum, like a story that's still unfolding today.
A story that's still being written. That's a great way to put it.
And the dinosaurs might be gone, but their legacy lives on,
It does.
and the creatures that evolved alongside them.
Including us.
Exactly. It's wild to think about. And who knows, maybe somewhere out there, another Heleocola piceanus is waiting to be discovered,
Oh, I bet there is.
ready to rewrite the textbooks once again.
Absolutely. I have no doubt about it. There are countless fossils still buried beneath our feet,
Each one with a story to tell.
and each one has the potential to change our understanding of the past.
It's true. So for all of our listeners out there, the next time you're out hiking or exploring, take a moment, look around. Imagine the world as it was millions of years ago.
I love that.
You might be walking in the footsteps of giants
Or even tiny swamp dwellers.
who paved the way for the incredible diversity of life that we see today.
That's a beautiful thought. And remember, the story of life on Earth is still being written.
It is.
Who knows what amazing discoveries are yet to come?
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. It's been an incredible journey back in time, and I can't wait to see what we uncover next. Until then, keep exploring,
Keep asking questions.
and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.